the morning steam, it's time to break, run for cover. Bet's gonna cover, bet's gonna cash. Then we make the 100-yard dash to the window. I don't know what you thought. It's Ramon Scott, running so hot. Sports make money and we make money with sports money every single day. NFL, NHL, NCAA. Stay away from the juice or might play a parlay. It's the morning steam. What? Ramon Scott, sports money. What? Wake your ass up and let's get to the money. Get to the money. You know how we do it.
All right, a pleasant good morning to you from the sports betting capital of the world, Las Vegas. This is Ramon Scott, and welcome to the Morning Steam Show here for Friday, August 28th. What a sports betting day we're ready for here today, including action in Major League Baseball as well as NFL preseason action. It's the biggest day of the preseason, 10 games tonight. There's only a couple more left, and then we're ready for the start of the NFL season. Oh, man, it's going to be great. College football as well. There's some more FCS. We have the second installment of the video here this weekend. Razor said, you better keep it up. And I said, well, we'll see once the rest of the big games start. Waiting on week 0, you get a little bored. I've had a fun time making those AI videos. Makes you tired, man, when you have to be a virtual broadcaster. It's sure is fun, and I hope to pick up some winners. So pick it up underneath the videos tab here, the live tab actually, with my UFC, with my FCS previews for today, 7 games, and I think I'll have time to do another one tomorrow, even though it's Friday, and I love Fridays during the football season because I love my high school football games. But get ready for a big sports betting weekend, including come this time tomorrow. We'll be on the air here, I believe, we won't be, I don't think. We're not going to be on the air just yet tomorrow. We're going to be a little bit delayed tomorrow. We're going to let the guys in here take over the airwaves. It'll probably be just about the main event, I think, tomorrow at this time. The UFC fight card here from Shanghai. Make sure you're checking out VB MMA picks for the previews. This week we had, of course, George Gennaro. We've got to have George. He's going to be there at the Shanghai SPD Bank Oriental Sports Center. Yes, I said the word Oriental. That's the name of the arena, okay? I mean, I'm not one of those guys, they used to say, don't say Oriental. That's not a good word. But it's the name of the sports center. Anyway, bantamweights, Umar Nurmagomedov and Song Yadong in the big bout. And top 6 bantamweights there. You got Nurmagomedov. Won his last 2 after he lost to Merab for the title back in January 25. Do you remember that? And Merab was actually an underdog in that fight. And then he came back to win over Batista and Figueiredo. And then for Song Yadong, comes in also off of a win over Figgy. Before that, he lost to O'Malley, of course. There's also a women's main event with Yan Xiaonan, the 37-year-old from Liaoning, basically comes in against Denise Gomes. Yan Xiaonan's 37 years old, undefeated in China, and fought for the title against Weili Zhang, but lost, and now has to hold off Gomes, who's been coming hot. Won 4 straight, including a unanimous decision win over Pennington last November. She's also won 6 of 7 and gets a big opportunity. So should be a good fight card here, and it starts at 3 a.m. Eastern and midnight Pacific time. So tomorrow we're going to have a little bit of delay. We'll wait till the show's over, then we'll come on with Morning Steam. Okay? And boy, I'll tell you what. Let me get this off the screen here. Did anybody just watch the Road to UFC? Just finished a short time ago. They love they love mixed martial arts. I mean, that crowd was as loud as a regular UFC crowd. Maybe were the mics on louder for the Road to the UFC? Are they trying to fool us there? That was, I mean, I was totally into it. And I really wasn't doing, I was doing some betting. I was watching, uh, some programming on UFC. There was a companion stream out there, believe it or not, and that was exciting. So we're gonna preview the action here and. To take a look at the games here today. We got a big card. We're going to take a look. Man, I can't. Where's all the everything here is piling up with all the sports right now. So, all right, we're going to have previews here. NFL preseason as well, as I said, and WNBA. I knew I forgot something. And there's golf today. Let's play the game. Where is Scotty? Well, he's lurking. And right now, it is Minwoo did shoot a 62 yesterday. They went low. So to me, you've got, when you look at the odds here right now for the, PGA, this is the big one here now. They're playing for the lion's share of $40 million this week. So that's why it's more important. That's why Scotty, hey, I don't want Scotty at 3-1. When you got 30 golfers, you might want Scotty at 3-1, and you've already missed the opportunity because he's not 3-1 anymore. He's not winning. He's 2 strokes back or 3 strokes back, but he's favored to win at a little bit less than 3-1. It doesn't seem like a terrible price at this point. Colin Morikawa 8-1. He's at 6 under. Minwoo 8-1. He's winning. He's not going to hang on. Chris Goddard up 9-1. Victor Hovland 11-1. Ludwig Berg 14-1. Sam Burns 18-1. Rory 25-1. Fleetwood 25-1. Schauffele 25-1. Matt Fitzpatrick, he's at 4 under. The group's at 4 under. We'll see. But you really going to hold off Scotty at this point when the scores are going low? Yes, it's going to get tougher. But is it going to get tougher on Friday? Like it's going to get tougher on Saturday and Sunday? Enough to keep Scotty down right now if everyone's shooting you better shoot it. You better be, I guess, about 67 or lower here, I guess, after yesterday. So we'll see. But Scotty's in a pretty good position. He's 3-1. A lot of golfers there. So, and these are the best of the best, obviously, now. Here, whittled it down to the 30 players left here to win the tournament here. I'm watching the FIBA men's qualifiers here. South Sudan and Nigeria, end of 3, 64-61. Also, Jordan here over the Philippines, 46-43. Got a couple of good games going on. So we're going to get ready to go and preview these games. Great to have you here on the Morning Steam Show. We'll do a little recap, but I don't want to spend too much time on it because there's too many games. And we didn't. The first video installment, not perfect. There with some of the games, we did have some winners there on it, but I think for the most part it was under 500. So hopefully we'll be better today. The quality is better. The graphics are better. Just like anything, I'll get better. But we'll see if with these videos. Check it out underneath the live tab. Previews of the FCS games today. There are 7 games, and then we got a big card tomorrow. All right. Let's talk a little NFL football from yesterday with the preseason games and how did it go for you in the 4 games. We saw Pittsburgh and Buffalo in there yesterday at the old Buffalo, the new Buffalo, not the old Buffalo, the new Buffalo stadium there. And ended up being a pretty high-scoring game there yesterday with the Steelers and the Bills, and the Bills came back to win with a pretty ferocious comeback, and they won it 28-27 yesterday to pick up that victory there. And Pittsburgh ends up covering, even though the line went down to 1.5. Buffalo, that wasn't good enough. And here on the show, though, we did take the first half over. That was a winner there yesterday, as it was 14-10 at halftime with the Steelers on top. So that was a morning steam winner, actually. Browns crushed the Patriots 37-13. It wasn't Sanders. It wasn't Watson. It was Dylan Gabriel, 12 of 15 for 180 yards and a touchdown. Three touchdowns, just 3 touchdowns. As of course the Browns crushed the Patriots. I didn't see that one coming, but that's preseason for you. It was the 49ers over the Raiders, 18-12, and we were on the first half over there. That wasn't going to get home there, 15 points, but Niners did get the win. We talked about, the trends a little bit there, though, for the Niners, at how strong they were in the preseason, in the road dog roll, and also another one with the trends there. But we had the first half over, actually, in the game between the Rams and the Chargers, and that one did not quite get home, right, as the Chargers trailed 13-7, and the Rams won the first half. There. Oh, I'm sorry. No, that is that is a winner there. We did have the first half over, and it did get over there with the Rams and the Chargers, as it was 19.5, and it finished 20. So, okay, and I'm not too worried about the Chargers here. They came back a little bit to get that over with a late touchdown there, but they'll be fine. Rams are just a pretty good preseason team. Hey, we were saying what the trends said about the Rams, and I love the trends. I love the trends in the preseason. All right, let's see here. Major League Baseball, and we'll cover the NFL games today. Major League Baseball yesterday. It was a light card on Thursday, but we did have some winners here on the show. And it was Washington blasting Colorado 7-1 in an under yesterday with Urban easily over Hughes there. Dalen Lyle, two home run, 2 RBIs for Lyle. They went on to the victory. I had the winner in the win club. We said take Washington on the run line yesterday, and hey, it did get it done for Washington.
Critical notice.
Also was St. Louis with the win, 7-5 over the O's in that one, and the Cardinals there. We did say go over in that game, 7-5. Our morning steam winner yesterday with the Orioles and the Cardinals. And Redbirds snapped that losing streak over the Birds. Houston over the Yankees 5-1 on the road. Wisniewski there, and the Astros get a win. The Yankee bats were quiet as Christian Walker had a 2-run home run. Kansas City rocked Toronto 13-2 in that one, and Kansas City erupted there big time, and shows the Blue Jays' vulnerability. And Arrighetti wasn't much for that one. Gave up some runs there early on in the first 2 innings, and they were down 4-0 after 2. It was also Milwaukee over the Mets, 8-2 in that one. And hey, morning steam winner was in our first 5 there yesterday with the Miz. And it seems easy enough to bet the Miz, right? And they were crushing there pretty early with a couple 2 runs in the first 2 innings there in that one as well. As Jackson Churio had a 2-run home run, and the Mets fell to 60-74. Braves and the Dodgers 1-0. Atlanta wins in that one, and man, what is wrong with the Dodgers at this point? They can't get along. Are they arguing? Is it fake news? But Chris Sale, 11 strikeout shutout. Drake Baldwin with a home run, and the Braves sweep LA, and now there's finger pointing. Roki Sasaki has a blister on his finger. Shohei Ohtani, he's going to have to pitch. He's going to go one inning. They said he'll pitch one inning on Sunday, so they're kind of trying to work him back into being ready for the playoffs. And now Eric Lauer is going to go back into the rotation, and just chaos there in LA with this poor run for the Dodgers. We had the winner on the morning steam on the under in that one. It was 1-0. So I liked the Dodgers in that one, but didn't work out. Braves get the win. Dodgers trying to find themselves. San Francisco beat Arizona 6-1 with Roop, and Arizona, crucial losses. Can't afford to lose these right now. Padres and Arizona battling. A couple other teams trying to fit in there. And the Giants led 2-1, went on to the 6-1 victory. WNBA action last night, and it was Golden State. Boy, did they embarrass the champs there, crushing them and holding New York to just 60 points in that game. 79-60 in a big-time under in that one. And, man, New York, embarrassing. Also, Washington beat Phoenix 80-73. And, Washington ends up crushing them here in the Win Club. We had Washington there laying it in the Win Club yesterday. So, all right, let's see. Hello to here's who. Who is here in the chat? Who's ready to go for some sports and sports betting? Nick Handy, start us off today. Bobby Mack here. Good morning. AJ's here as well, and good old Lake America. Nuke's taking it in here. And hello to Nuke. Everything's named after America. You know, you got the Gulf of America. You got Lake America, Lake Ohio. What are they calling it there? And you know what? They did take the tariffs off the lobster. Okay, because what is it? Because lobster's so expensive? They said, hey, you know, back in the day, they said that lobster used to be like the food of the poor. Why can't it be like that now? I'd eat lobster every day. Ron Borquin, good morning. And Bobby Mack there, loving his fish. And thank you, guys, thank you so much. Check it out for Friday's picks here. And there's the link. Okay, great. For those FCS picks. And we'll make a few more picks here, I think, on the show today. There's enough games, I think. Good morning to Ryan as well. Jimmy Lambo is ready to go. And we're ready to go for the football, for the NFL. And, Nuke's ready. Okay, Nuke's going ahead. Nuke, just in case, Nuke, when I see Nuke's pick early, that means Nuke might have to leave early. I don't know. He's on the shores of Lake America. And let me mark it down here. Nuke is on the Bombers here. Nuke's on the Bombers, plus 6.5 in the game tonight against Montreal. And, Montreal's been incredible, but they're on the road. The Bombers are so tough. They can be very tough at home. So Nuke says take the Bombers here. The spread's up to 6.5. And good morning to Chicago. And Jimmy Lambo, right? And I don't know where I got my sliding. I do know where I got it because I was a sicko that would practice sliding. And I would slide. I have that Trey Turner slide. I was a smooth slider, but Xander had a little trouble there. But man, Ohio has been great. They're a hit machine. Fire! The Ohio players. They're looking great, and we can't wait for the games here today with the who's going to go to the World Championship in Little League here. We'll find out. It's going to be very exciting at the Little League World Series here. for those games on, I said today, on Saturday, I mean. But Curacao and Japan and Ohio and Nevada. Don't doubt Curacao when it comes to the Little League World Series. Now, Japan's favored, but man, remember when Curacao was on a little bit of a run there for a few years? And uh, they've been, pretty good. So, all right. Let's, oops. Okay, let's see here. Seeing some results coming. I'm watching these basketball games. I love the FIBA games. And let's see, there's been some movement here, some injury news. What do we got here in the WNBA? I see some injury information coming out here, but I think it's just well, we'll cover it. We'll cover it when we cover it. All right, what else? What else? Everybody else in here, and Bobby Mack loved the preseason games there yesterday, and AOD as well. They're here today. The morning steam. It's time to break one for cover. All right. I think we got it all. Man, I got a lot of notes here. A lot of notes. Anyways, yeah, the video didn't go that great there, so I hope we do hit it today. But on the don't forget, hopefully you're getting to my cover the spread though video. It did go 3-2 in the FCS there in the cover the spread video. But yeah, in their FCS video, I would have liked to have done better. We had Charleston Southern in there. That was a winner yesterday. And that got a few others, I think. Okay, let's get going though. We got to talk sports and sports betting with you. We'll put yesterday aside. We're going NFL first because there's a 10-game card, and should be very interesting here today. And we'll try to get those player rotations ready to go here for you right now. Work very hard on it. Okay, here we go. By the way, I want to mention, you can get more picks from me every day by going to winnable.com/Ramon. Use the promo code STEAM to save 20%. I want to see your support here on the Sports Money Network, especially as we get into football season. Join me here as a subscriber for just 38 cents a day when you subscribe over at winnable.com/Ramon. All right. And that's how you get more picks from me in a timely fashion, sent to your device, your phone, your email, your browser. Winnable.com/Ramon. Okay, here we go. NFL.
Final.
Jordan leading the Philippines here, as well as Nigeria now falls behind South Sudan, 76-70. Commanders and Ravens will start us off here with the NFL. This is at 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 Pacific, as we've got here, the old DMV rivalry, if you will. Baltimore's 2-0 so far. They've been kind of an interesting prospect so far in the preseason. Maybe it wasn't Harbaugh. Maybe it was just a overall perception, overall Washington. Baltimore just plays well in the preseason. Maybe it was like that the whole time. So let's see what's going to happen though today when Washington takes on Baltimore here. Washington did treat the joint practices this week as its starters' primary work, leaving this preseason finale to the reserves and the roster bubble players. Baltimore resting almost all of their starters as well.
Final.
But it's been the second and third units that have produced this 2-0 preseason so far. It looks like business as usual in the preseason for Baltimore here. Baltimore, now look, you could say that it was Harbaugh. But if you look at it, say, well, the Ravens are 18-3-1 against the spread in their last 22 preseason games when coming off of a win. Washington's just 6-17 against the spread in the last 8 years in the preseason. So they haven't been good, mostly because Baltimore wins every time these guys play pretty much in the preseason. But today, anyway, that last year was, let's see. I had the scores anyway. Also here, Washington, 2-11 to the under off of a loss. And I don't know. I mean, we're really going to see much scoring here in this one. Yes, Washington does go, under off of a off loss here, but let's go to the chat here in this one with Washington and Baltimore and see. Like I said, joint practice this week for these two teams. So a lot of times here you might say week 3, get in, get out, and just get ready. Robert likes the Commanders here. And Jimmy Lambo says take Washington +3 and under. So, man, you guys are liking Washington here as if, maybe it was only Harbaugh here, right? And I get it. Maybe nobody wants to lay 3 here, but look at that total. Woo, 33.5. Kind of like it myself. I'm going to go under in the first half in this one with the Commanders and the Ravens. Let's do that. I'll go under first half with these two. You guys are liking the Commanders, so I'll go under here in this one with Washington and Baltimore in the first half. See if I can get that correct total here anyway to get us started here. It is at, I want to say it's 16.5, right? Okay. Oh, it's not up there. I want to go under the first half. I'm not finding very many books with it right now. Not one I can get a bet in at this second with my accounts, but I think it's okay. I mean, I still want to suggest that. So allow me to go under in the first half in this one with Washington and Baltimore. Okay, next up. The Texans are at the Panthers here in Carolina, and the Texans are favored here by 1 point over the Panthers in this one. Carolina has confirmed Bryce Young, and the starters will sit. They did get about 75% of their work in joint practice, according to the beat writer. Haynes King's injured, so Kenny Pickett and Kyle Trask are expected to handle the quarterbacking chores. Houston 11-2 straight up and against the spread off of a preseason loss, and also 7-1 straight up and against the spread in their last 8 preseason road games. Carolina, meanwhile, just 3-9 straight up and against the spread, and they've lost 5 straight at home in the preseason, and they're 2-10 against the spread off a preseason win. Boy, Carolina does not like the preseason. Houston still seems to like it in this role anyway, off of a loss, but still, they're coming in 0-2 actually right now. So maybe they'd like to get one under their belt. I'd probably think Houston's a side here. Now, maybe with the total, maybe that's where you can look. Houston's 4-16 to the under in preseason games, and in this series, they are 0-4-1 to the under overall. Well, maybe it will be an under here. I think the numbers say Houston and under to me, but let's see what you have to say. Could it be something really basic here, like the 20-13 or something like that for 17-13? Probably 17-13 Houston. That sounds like the score to me. Houston might actually really pummel them here, I'm wondering. So let's see what you have here in this one. I might do another first half here with these games. Let's see what you have. Oh, no, we just got Jimmy Lambo on Houston here. He likes Houston. So do I. All right. And That might be it from the chat there, and that might be it for me. Okay, well, Jimmy's on Houston here. And Houston and under for Ron. It just seems it seems like that's where I have to go, is Houston and under in this one. All right. Well, I'm gonna take another under first half here, I think. Yeah, let me take under first half in this one with Houston. I know this one we can get the price on here right now. I'll go under in the first half here with Houston and Carolina. And all right. Oh, I'm still gonna have to wait a little bit. Okay. Woke's Joke is here, and Woke's Joke is on Houston. Wow. That's a consensus. Houston for the chat. Next up here, we've got the Falcons taking on the Dolphins. In this one, Atlanta's rotations confirmed. Tua's going to get the start against his former team. What could go wrong? Maybe that's why they're favored. Tua is going to come. Come on, Tua's going to go in and go get picked off. Come on, against the Dolphins, this poor Falcons team that can't win they won a preseason game, but don't forget. Cooper Rush follows Jack Strand in there after that. Penix will not play. He's broken. Stefanski also intends to give several Atlanta starters work here. So, yeah, maybe Atlanta's got a little bit of a personnel advantage here, but it's tough to support Atlanta in the preseason. 6-26 against the spread in their last 32 preseason games, including 1-9 against the spread as a favorite, and 1-10 against the spread off of a win when they rarely win. That's 6 wins. That goes back a while. Miami's 14-8 against the spread in their last 22 preseason games, including 7-3 against the spread at home and 6-1 off of a preseason loss. So Miami feels like the side to me, despite the personnel, because I think Tua is going to get picked off. He's going to get picked sixth. Atlanta giving Tua the first unit genuine audition here right now. So, maybe Atlanta can come out here like gangbusters early on, but I wouldn't want to. Look at this total. Do you think 37? It might be close, but probably lean under. Anyway, I don't know. I want to take Miami in this game, please. All right, I'm taking them. Give me Miami here in this one. Tua's going to get the job because Penix can't play. Cooper Rush should probably be the starter. Atlanta, are they in trouble here? Are they going to be a surprise? I don't think so. All right, let's see if the chat is involved here. Okay, here we go. And Jimmy said Tua's return. He almost played himself off the team. He's got yeah. Well, unfortunately, because of the situation with Penix here, Jimmy's on the Fins here. Bobby says take Miami. And Jimmy Lambo says go over. Oh, man, I don't know if I can. Next up, the Bucks are taking on the Jaguars in a Florida showdown here with Tampa Bay. Favorite here, up to 3 here right now on Tampa Bay on the road. And let's see why. Jacksonville does not expect Trevor Lawrence or the starters to be in this one. And that's going to leave Joey Aguilar in there. Aguilar went 9 for 10 with 130 yards and a touchdown last out. So might be in line here to get a job here. Tampa Bay will have Jake Browning, Jalen Daniels in there. Browning was 8 of 11 for 84 yards in his last outing. And looked good. Sean Tucker, Dean Patterson. We've actually had some nice production here from Tampa Bay. They are 2-0. Now they're going to be, testing these guys out, the third stringers here for sure in this one because Tampa Bay stayed under in 6 of their last 7 on the road, and the Buccaneers' first unit offense likely not in there in this one. But now these numbers are not necessarily great for Jacksonville either. I'm going to take under in the game here with Tampa Bay and Jacksonville. I'll just go under in this one. Let's see what you have here in the chat. It's going to be, and Tua can't start. It should be Cooper Rush. Tampa Bay. Atlanta's in trouble. Cash Cane's on the under here in this one. 48 seconds left. South Sudan leading here 82-75. And meanwhile, Jordan and Philippines going to have a tight finish here, 62-60 here in the fourth. All right, let's keep it moving here with this 10-game card in the preseason. Next up, you got the Giants and the Jets. It can't be a preseason in the New York area without the Giants playing the Jets. Both teams come in 1-1 on the preseason. And for the Giants here, for the Jets here, no Geno, so Cade Klubnik will be in there. He's going to get most of the big time work. Bailey Zappi, Brady Cook as well. The Giants haven't committed to Jackson Dart, but he's kind of hurt. And why would you even have him in there? You got to just go with Jameis to eat that dub. He's expected to receive at least part of the first half work if Dart sits. We're just really, this one has a question mark on it. But I don't know if I, would be interested in the Giants anyways. The Jets have covered 10 of their last 12 as underdogs in the preseason. And they're 14-7 against the spread in their last 21 preseason games. Giants are 14-7 to the over in the last 8 years in the preseason. Their last 9 preseason games off of a win are 8-1 to the over. And both teams are significantly over here right now. So let's see here. You got to think this one's going to the 40s, don't you? With the Giants and the Jets in this role. Let's see what you guys think in this one. And annual battle here. I don't think anybody's interested in the Giants and the Jets. All right, I better make my pick then here in this one. Man, I do think over here. Give me, but let me see here. I'm going to take the Jets in the first half in this one. Give me the Jets here. First half plus 1.5. Okay. Next up, Bengals and Eagles here. We're on the 8 o'clock starts right now. The Eagles are favored by 2.5. The total, 36.5. In this one, for Cincinnati here, they'll sit Joe Burrow, they'll sit Jamar Chase, they'll sit T. Higgins, and all the regular starters here. Philadelphia is going to leave Jalen Hurts on the bench as well, so you're going to have the backup rotations for sure. Cincinnati's reserves here, though, man, the Bengals 10-3 against the spread for the Bengals in their last 13 road preseason games. Philadelphia, meanwhile, is just 1-8 against the spread in their last 9 preseason games at home, and 1-9-1 in their last preseason when laying the points. They usually are laying the points, and they're laying the points again. It's not a great roll. Dalton and McKee will get the Philadelphia work, so it's not a bad combination. But Cincinnati's offense has been, I don't know, they've looked pretty good here. They're 2-0, Philly's 0-2, and the Eagles have been, they've underperformed forever as a preseason home favorite. So I think you got to try the Bengals here in this one. Give me the Bengals here on the road, get a couple of points. They might even go 3-0 in the preseason here. And they have at home they're a little bit awkward, but on the road they're money. Jordan and Philippines tied at 62. And South Sudan hanging on, timeout. Couple of good games in the FIBA qualifiers here. Men's. All right, we're getting ready for the big women's tournament, of course. Okay. Anyway, I'll take the Bengals in this one on a Friday. Take the home team when it comes here, and in the Jets Giants game, you take the home. I think Jets are the official home team there. I don't know. They're listed on the bottom. That's as good as anything. All right, we might be seeing. Are we seeing a preview of the Super Bowl here? Like good teams in the preseason, they're both 0-2. Seahawks and Chiefs. We know the Chiefs do have some preseason issues. they don't play. They're not going to play Patrick Mahomes or anything like that. Seattle announced that Jalen Milroe will start and play the entire game, with the established starters sitting for Seattle. Meanwhile, Kansas City is going to start Garrett Nussmeier. Patrick Mahomes is out. Justin Fields is unlikely to play. And Oladokin, let me see something here. I think he's injured. I think he's in concussion. Is he in concussion protocol? What are they saying about Oladokin here? I don't. We might see Milroe and Nussmeier in an SEC battle the whole game here. It feels like right now. So what'll happen with these two quarterbacks? Seattle won 6-1 against the spread in their last 8 preseason games. Kansas City's lost 8 in a row. No one wants to win. It's going to be a tie. This is going to be a tie. Where are the ties in the chat? This one. Seattle might have a slight edge with Milroe. He does have more professional experience, obviously, than Nussmeier. South Sudan wins, by the way. And with two developmental quarterbacks operating there, you got to think this one's got to be an under, doesn't it? Maybe Seattle here with Milroe could be the side. I'm going to go under here in the first half with Seattle and Kansas City. Give me under here in this one at 16.5 or 16, it looks like here. But this one's going to be one of those funky score games. You know what? It's going to be like, it might be 13-13 or something, or maybe it will be 17-17. That'd go over, but chat here, nothing. Nobody. Everybody's scared of the preseason, ready to go for the regular season. Next up. Got the Saints and the Cowboys here. The Cowboys are 2-0, like they love the preseason. The Saints are 0-2, like they think their shit don't stink. And Cowboys here are going to be favored 2.5, 38.5 here in this one. For New Orleans here, they're 4-10 against the spread in their last 14 as an underdog in the preseason. And they're also 1-7 ATS on the road. But we know Dallas is pretty much the worst preseason team around. They're pretty much just about 30% in the last 13 years. And 3-10-2 against the spread as a favorite. Now, New Orleans will have a quarterback battle going on in this game for the supporting job. And Dallas will look again at Joe Milton to be the backup. So we might see some production in this game. I feel like these quarterbacks are going to be looking to continue to play strong in the second half. Cowboys have gone over in 7 straight preseason games at home, and this is the highest total on the board. So I think we're going to see both teams maybe get into the 20-point range here in this one. I've got to go over with the Saints and the Cowboys here tonight. Give me the over. All right. Here we go. AM Bets is here. Saints +3. Saints and Cowboys over. System play. Okay, 2 minutes left. Jordan leading. 69, 68. Okay, we're doing well
Final.
here. Saints for Jimmy as well. All right. I love playing the strongest trends in the preseason. You'd be surprised. Cardinals here taking on Packers favored here by 1 over the Cards in this one. Okay, that's fine. I mean, Green Bay. I'd probably I know that Green Bay not always. Well, let's take a look at the trends because it's not as bad as you think. But the problem is the market's completely reversed. The money is all coming in, or uh, the sharps anyway. Green Bay favored here by 1. Arizona started the favorite for sure, but Arizona's 2-7-1 against the spread in the preseason on the road. Green Bay, though, they've got a poor record as a preseason. You know, well, as a dog, they're not great, but now they're favored. Interestingly enough, right? Minshew's expected to receive the Arizona primary tune-up work after Jacoby Brissett probably be in there for a few moments. Carson Beck has a rib issue, so probably going to see a lot of Gardner Minshew. Green Bay, the Packers are 15-5 straight up and against the spread in their last 20 at Lambeau Field. So look, I mean, you got them here as a -1 or a pick 'em right now, and why wouldn't maybe the quarterbacking kind of points to Arizona, but man, I kind of want to take the Packers. And I'm going to take them here. Give me Green Bay at home over Arizona in the preseason finale. Green Bay seems to take preseason seriously at home. Cardinals -3 for AM Bets. Says, that is an awkward line. And Jimmy is on the Cards as well. Is it -3, you guys? Okay, no. That was AM Bet says doesn't care. He can only get that line on the Cardinals. I think likes the Cardinals to smash. Usually market wide here, they're at least a pick 'em. I don't know about laying 3. Oh, maybe AM Bets laid it already with a poor line early. Thought the line would move. AM Bet says teams off a 10-point win and now at home have gone just 39.4% at home. Okay, let me move on here, and we've got our last game. Man, I love preseason. It goes so fast when we talk about it. Vikings and Broncos here at 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific. And the Broncos now they're favored at home 3.5. That's a little bit, no one, you don't want to lay those hooks, but I don't know. Maybe you can here actually. Bo Nix not expected to play. Stidham and Sam Ellinger will be the backup competition. There is going to be some competition here in this one for the Broncos. Minnesota's plan is probably less settled here because McCarthy had a sprained ankle, and he could use some work, but it's going to be Carson Wentz and Max Brosmer probably here. Denver has gone from a 6.5-point favorite to just a 3.5-point favorite. Still Denver though, 8-1 straight up, 7-2 against the spread in their last 9 preseason games at home, and 15-6-1 against the spread in their last 22 as a preseason favorite. Imagine that, being a favorite team in the preseason, and you still get it done most of the time. Minnesota has followed each of their last 7 same preseason losses with another defeat. So basically, off of a loss, Minnesota's lost 7 straight. Now, you'd think, wait a minute, how does that? Well, I mean, it's not same preseason, so it's only after game 1 or 2. Doesn't include like a losing streak. They actually come through in game 3 a little bit of late. In game one. Stidham here does have experience in Peyton's system, And Denver here, I think, has the advantage in the backup quarterback. I think they can do this. I'm going to take Denver in the first half, though. Since this is kind of a big number, I'll lay 2 points here, Denver in the first half. I think Denver could win this one, maybe comfortably here. Okay, that's it for NFL preseason. Let's see if anybody picked the last game. No. We've got to go to Major League Baseball here with a Friday card. And it's a big one, so we're going to be here. I was thinking, let's get rid of the games that have a teams with two teams that. We're going to overtime with Jordan and the Philippines, 72-72. Wow. We got some other qualifiers coming up here as well, in FIBA, and I have a couple of plays here actually at noon Eastern and 9 a.m. Pacific. I do like Georgia to crush Montenegro, lay 11.5 with Georgia over Montenegro, and also Tunisia and Cameroon. I have the over there at 146, 145.5. That's the late game at 2 p.m. Eastern and 11 a.m. Pacific. Tunisia and Cameroon over 146. Okay. Let's go to Major League Baseball. We've got our Cubs game. We got a day game here, our Friday matinee with the Cubs. And they're taking on the Reds here in this one. Drew Peterson for the Cubs. It hasn't been pretty for Peterson, but he's in there in this one, and a considerable favorite. Nearly a $2 favorite, actually, here. Look at the prices here. Down to $1.85 or so. Rhett Lauder goes for the Reds. Both starters carry ERAs above 5. Lauder on the road, 6.92 ERA and a 1.72 whip. The Cubs are slugging .512 over the last 6 games. Peterson's last 5 starts as a favorite have all gone over. And Cincinnati's road bullpen's likely to give it up as well to this offense. The Reds' 5-game understreak here right now, but I don't know. It is a Friday. It is a Cubs game. I don't think the wind's necessarily blowing straight out or anything like that. I do want to check it out here, maybe, but I think I'm still willing to take the over here in this one. But maybe the Cubs here, maybe they could get a run line victory, I guess. Here, not real confident in what the Reds have to offer here. You'd think the Cubs probably can waltz through this one a little bit and maybe get that run line. Let me just look at the weather here real quick. Oh, it's blowing in. It's blowing in from right field, 7 to 10 miles an hour. Temperatures in the upper 70s here. Sounds like a nice day for a beer in the bleachers. All right, give me the Cubs here in this one. I'm going to lay it on the run line here at plus $1.10. Give me the Cubs on the run line in this one. Way to start off a Friday. Cubs run line for Ryan, too. Ryan says, what were those picks? I've got Georgia minus 11.5, and I've got over in the Tunisia game, 146. That's all I have in FIBA qualify. That I'm publicly going. I mean, pretty much betting every FIBA game here. I love watching them. And Jordan here, leading by 4 in overtime. Okay, next up. Okay, now you got Dodgers and Scooble here. Obviously the storylines, don't need me to recite the storylines here, other than the fact the Dodgers are a mess. But Scooble on the road here, 3.38 ERA. Drew Anderson here, 4.09 ERA. And you'd think that Scooble, I don't mind the price. You're going to have I would think a motivated pitcher here to perform well. First trip here to Detroit, uh, ironically enough, 2.79 ERA, 7-5 record, as we said. And, has Skubal been not perfect so far with the Dodgers? Okay, that's fair. But hasn't been awful either. And coming in here to take on taking on his old foes, seems like he'd be motivated to have a good outing here anyway. Anderson gives up 1.4 home runs per 9 innings, doesn't have a lot of starts out there, but Detroit, they've been going under here pretty strong of late. Now, I don't think they need to be the team that's going to, I don't know what they're going to do offensively here, but they're 3-7 to the under in their last 10. 21 as a home dog. They are very solid under as a home dog, talking about the Detroit Tigers here. And I'm going to have to take this one under in the first 5. Give me under first 5 here, Tigers and Dodgers here. Dodgers have, also had some unders here as a road favorite. Dodgers have covered 6 of 8 road games when laying the $2 here, but overall they've been a terrible, terrible cover. They actually covered the run line yesterday, but only because they were a dog. And getting swept in that series by the Braves. Too bad, Dodgers. Let's see what you guys think, though, in this one. I'd have a feeling that, come on, Scubal's going to be motivated here. Nobody's betting this one in the chat. We got a couple of dozen of you in here right now, so join me. Marlins and Nationals. Yuri Perez goes for the Marlins, 3.17 ERA, 7-9 record here for Yuri Perez. For the Washington Nationals here, you've got Jackson Kent. He of the 8 ERA, 0-2 record so far. Hasn't been pretty for Jackson Kent. Comes in here right now with a 2.1 whip and a 300 batting average against and a 400 BABIP. Okay, it's a small sample. Is not that bad. Is obviously due for some positive regression. I think that's what they call it. Both teams coming in here off of a win. For Yuri here, see how it goes, but 1.86 ERA over his last 5 starts. And Jackson Kent's got a 18% walk rate. No wonder he sucks. Kent also a 4.54 FIP and maybe a little bit of unluckiness. That's why, you can't be totally down on these numbers overall, but just to show he's been kind of weak here early on. Still, pretty large gap in the starting pitching, but Washington's lost 21 of their last 30. Miami's won 5 straight against sub-500 teams. So, I don't know. Sounds like you might want to, sounds like the Marlins in a good spot here. I'm going to take them in the first 5, actually, with Yuri. Give me the Marlins in the first 5 in this one at -0.5. I'm going to take, let me see, I think the first 5 has actually got a pretty attractive price here. Let me see. Maybe you'll give it. I don't know. No. Okay, I got to lay the half. Got to lay the half here. What was I thinking? Yeah, -160. Okay, give me the Marlins here, though, -0.5 at -110 in this one. I thought it was $1.40. I would say, Okay, we got some picks here in the chat. Ryan Muller says go under in the Tigers game, but over 8.5 in this one. All right. Next up, Royals and Guardians here. Boy, this is a game of the day here if you're going by who's hot. The Guardians are as hot as they can be, even if the lineup isn't great. But Tanner Bybee's 5-13, 3.97 ERA. Doesn't get the best run support. Waka, 3.4 ERA, 7-8 record. Good pitching matchup. It feels like even with Bybee's poor record here, just because of the fact that these two teams aren't world beaters offensively. Waka, don't forget. Now the Royals are just 9-17 with Waka on the mound. The Guardians are 8-19 with Bybee. These two pitchers, the teams are combined 17-36 for under 30% there, and also they're combined 18-35 to the under when these two guys are on the hill. I think you got to go under in the first 5 in this one because of that. Yes, they go under in their games, but again, you've got Waka. Yes, Cleveland is hot, but mostly because they've had good pitching. We know the offense has been weak most of the season here, but both teams hot. Don't forget, though, Kansas City, despite the hot streak, they're still 24-45 on the road. Give me the under, though, in the first 5 in this one with Waka and Bybee. I think that's what I'll do. Total here is I'll take, actually, I'm going to take under 4 runs at even money. I want to take 4.5 at minus $1.40, and I probably will do a little bit of that. Okay, let's see here in the chat. We've got Mr. Wester says that the lines are dropping here on a Friday, and he likes the Guardians here. What do we have it at? 135, and what is it now? 132. Okay, under first 5 for Ryan. $30 seconds left. Philadelphia by 1 over Jordan. And Jalen Harris is hurt. Okay, Astros and Mets with Hunter Brown goes up against Christian Scott. Some decent starters here. For Brown, 3.5 ERA, 3-3 record. For Christian Scott, 3.72 ERA, 4-3. The record coming into this one. For the Astros here, Brown has been better on the road. Scott's got an ERA of 5.19 in his last 5 starts, not representing the Scots very well. Houston owns the better offense right now, I think, than this Mets team and the bullpen as well. The Mets have won Scott's last 5 home starts, though, as a favorite. And I don't know. Mets have lost 2 in a row. And you'd think if Brown could deal here, why not? So let's see what you think, though, in this one. 7.5 here. Shaded. Is it shaded to the over in this one? Yeah, it is. I'm going to go with the under in this one with the Astros and the Mets. Give me the under here. Scott is 5-12 to the under. The Mets are actually 14-5 when Scott pitches. Like I said, they are better with him. Brown is good. I would think we get good starting pitching here. You got Brown, 210 batting average against in 14 starts. And for Scott, 232 batting average against, 312 BABIP, but more comfortable, obviously, at home. So let me get the under here in this one with the Astros and the Mets. And hello to Don Johnson. Hunter Brown's 0-2 with a 6 ERA against the Mets. Not his best foe to go against here. Maybe the Mets could win one. All right, we're going to keep it moving here. Too much sports. Astros, Mr. Wesker says Astros down to $1.10 now in this one. And the move is on the Mets. Yeah, there's been some steam on the Mets for sure. Uh-oh. Make sure I cover that. There's been quite a bit of movement here on some of these games. As Mr. Wesker said there. Okay. And Astros money line for Ryan. Okay. Next up, Padres. Casey Mize is going. He's got a sprained ankle, but I guess he's good to go here. He's having a good numbers here. 2.7 ERA, 4-6 record. Hasn't been smashing with the Padres necessarily, but for Shane McClanahan here, a favorite $1.30 in this one. 3.1 ERA and a 9-6 record overall for McClanahan. Mize's, full season numbers are outstanding, but right now, last 5 games, 5.63 ERA, most with the Padres, of course. McClanahan dominant at home, 2.32 ERA, 0.93 WHIP. Tampa Bay 43-23 at home this season. They've won 6 of their last 7 at home, and the Rays offense, no matter how you look at it, the Rays offense at home is better than the Padres offense on the road. Even the Padres offense on the road has been pretty strong here of late. These are where the Rays kind of excel, and I think when you got Mize here and McClanahan, I'm going to go under in the first 5 with these two starters. That's what I'll do, and give me the under here. First 5. Total, let me get it here. I'm going to take it at, I am going to go 4.5 under 35 here in this one. I'm going to take the 4.5 under and juice it up at 35. Okay, in the chat here, a lot of movement. Raise money line for Mr. Weskers and raise money line for Ryan. That is what we might call a consensus. Yeah, there's been a lot of steam here on Friday. Next up, the Rockies are on the road taking on the Braves. And Tomo Sugano goes here for the Rocks and Grant Holmes for the Braves in this one. For Sugano here, look, he's okay on some of these numbers. I mean, you can't 4.96 ERA is not horrible for these Rockies pitchers anyway. I mean, he is 12-7 after all. Maybe at home he is a little bit better, but on the road, the wins are coming too. Now, the Rockies are 14-9 when Sugano pitches, and he's 7-16 to the under. So he's involved in a lot of, lower scoring, at least for these totals. We know sometimes the number is going to be pretty high there, but for Grant Holmes here, he's 17-7 in 24 starts this season, 10-13 to the under, 234 batting average against here. So I like the pitching here, I think, in this game, despite what you might think a little bit with these two. Sugano has allowed a .594 slugging percentage over his last 5 starts and has given up nearly 2 home runs per 9 innings. Atlanta's swinging the bat well. They've probably got the better bullpen for sure, and they get Colorado 1-9 on the road run line when facing an opponent with a bullpen ERA of 3.45 or lower. That's where they start to have struggles sometimes against good bullpens. And, you do have the move here, though, from 8.5, I believe, to 9. Let me see what you got. Yeah, it's clearly 9 under 20 here in this one. Let's see what you got, though, here. We'll see. Sugano could end up giving up. Those are some pretty bad numbers, but he is a winner here. All right. I am going to go over in this one. Might be against my better judgment, but I'm going to go over here. Look, I think the Braves, that's a pretty impressive run line number there, actually. The Braves might actually just pace the Rockies here. Over for Ryan. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Give me the over here. It's 9, but I'll take it. Okay, the Red Sox here in Sandoval with the Yankees and Cam Schlittler. Schlittler about $1.50, 7 over 20 here in this one. And for Cam, comes in here with an ERA of 2.17, 11-6 record. For Sandoval here, 4.54 ERA, 1-2 record. It does feel like he's getting acclimated, though, a little bit here in Boston. And the move has clearly been on Boston. They were hot. They did lose that winning streak finally. The Yankees have been up and down. They lost again last time out. I don't know. I might want to try the Red Sox here in this game. Schlittler, yes, twice the pitcher Sandoval is in the stats, but Boston 38-14. Don't forget in their last 52, and you're playing the New York Yankees. They've beaten the Yankees in 4 straight, 9 of the last 10. They own them as an underdog. Should mention. But Boston, the hotter offense here, and I think the bullpen makes the price a little bit more attractive here. So I like them. I don't know. Let's go to the chat. Let's go to the chat before I get too excited here. The Yankees money line, they can't lose again, says Ryan. But Mr. Wesker says, oh, yes, they can. All right. I'm going under in this one. Give me the under at 7.5. It's going to be 4-3 Red Sox. I think everyone can agree. All right. We did see the word come down here a short time ago that Emerson Hancock, we knew he was going to be in there. But he's in there against Dylan Cease. Seems like a good pitching matchup, man. Hancock, 3.38 ERA, 7-7 record. Dylan Cease, of course, 2.37 ERA and an 8-5 record. He's been really great, really strong, and 30%, 36% strikeout rate and a 2.03 ERA over his last 5 starts as well. Hancock's been effective, 1.12 whip and not very many walks. Toronto's gone under in 4 of its last 5 against sub 500 teams. That's where Seattle is still right now. And the bullpen's been in pretty strong form for the Blue Jays as well here. So maybe Cease here is a little bit of a good, I don't know, this seems like an okay price for Dylan Cease. It is up to $1.55 right now. I did take a lower price when it opened, but you don't want to hear about that. Now, this is going to be, I'm going to take under here in the first 5 in this one for sure. Give me under first 5 in this one. I'll take it at 3.5 at even, I think. You maybe 4 and juice it up. Maybe 4 here and $1. I'm going to take it at 4 minus $1.35 actually, and kind of like that under. Let's see what you have to say in the chat here. It's going to be under for Ryan Muller as well. First 5. See, I told you. All right, we're rolling here with a couple of dozen of you here on the Morning Steam Show. Next up, Rangers taking on the Brewers here. Bradford and Henderson. For the Brewers here with Logan Henderson, 2.59 ERA and an 8-2 record. He's been outstanding so far this season. Just 13 starts, but an 0.9 whip, 194. Batting average against a 239 BABIP, absolutely dominating. For Bradford here, just 4 starts, under in all 4 starts. These two pitchers are combined 4-13 to the under so far in this short time. It's just that, I don't know, man, the Brewers here, Bradford's got okay numbers, but we'll see here. Brewers, Feels like a pretty good position here, but the Rangers are fighters, man. They're fighters. They can get these run lines sometimes, even when they don't perform their best. Now, Milwaukee's been pretty outstanding, but Texas is batting .262 with a .465 slugging over its last 6 games. Bradford does make you swing and miss, but the Rangers bullpen isn't great here. I don't know about covering $1.75 though right now. Bradford's done a nice job. I'm going to take let me see what that run line is. It's still a little bit heavy, but kind of want to give the Rangers a chance to stay in the game, maybe even pull one off here to get things started. At $1.40 on the run line, man, that's as steep as I'm going to go, but I am going to take the Rangers here on the run line at minus $1.40 to hang in there against the Brewers today. Nothing from the chat. Oh, no, hold on. Brewers money line for Ryan. Mr. Wesker's going back to the Rangers with me here, I think. And Ryan's on the Brewers on the run line. We're keeping it moving here right now. White Sox and Twins, with Dean Kramer going for the Twins here. 3.18 ERA for Kramer. Castillo's got a 5.06 ERA, although he's looked more comfortable now finally with the White Sox. Looked a lot better. So see what you got here, though, in this one. Both starters, though, carrying ERAs above 5 here of late. Kramer, since coming over to the Twins. And Kramer also struggling here with this home run rate right now of late. You got to think the White Sox here are just ready to go here. Man, this is a good price for the White Sox, isn't it? I got to take the White Sox here in this one against the Twins. Mismatch. Chicago lineup slugging .487 over the last 6 games. The White Sox have the stronger bullpen. They've been winning the division games right now. They've won 4 straight on the road against sub 500. I'm going to go with the White Sox here in this one on the road. So is Ryan. And, well, yeah, but he did look a lot better here. It finally might be getting settled in. It might be better to take him at home, though, I think, Mr. West, because you might be right there. Okay, next up, Pirates and the Cards here. This is probably the worst matchup on the board, believe it or not. Even though the Cardinals here, a game under 500, they're alive. Pittsburgh, they're breathing. I guess it's not that bad. For Kramer here, though, I'm sorry, not for Kramer. For Zebby Matthews here, 6.43 ERA, 1.7 WHIP, just 3 starts. This is not Zebby. This is Quinn Matthews. 316 batting average against a 370 BABIP. He has not looked good in these starts. For Jared Jones here, 4.76 ERA, but 228 batting average against. The peripherals say Jones. Still kind of a decent pitcher here. I kind of like him here in this matchup against the Cards today. And just because Quinn Matthews doesn't seem to have very good numbers. However, for Jared Jones, he's got a 7 ERA in his last 5 starts. These two pitchers have struggled. Pittsburgh's struggles against left-handers are relevant, I think, here as well. They don't, Matthews does have base runner problems, but St. Louis has gone over in 7 straight. And look at the total here. What is the total doing? Why is the total with these two pitchers at 7.5 here? I'm going to go over in the first 5 with these two jokers. Give me the over. I'm going to take it at over 4 at minus $1.25. Give me the over in the first 5 in this one. Cardinals money line for Mr. Weskers. Says Quinn Matthews finally can maybe get one here. We're almost done with the baseball segment. Next up, the Orioles are taking on the A's here. We just saw the total get slammed here to the under, I think. Says 9 and it says 10 under 20. It's clearly 9.5 pretty much everywhere. And I don't know why. I mean, you've got bad pitching here for the Orioles. Well, Brandon Young, let's give him a little bit of credit. 3.5 ERA, 9-3 record for Brandon Young. And the Orioles have played pretty sharp here of late. They did lose, obviously, last time out, but for Young here, 1.36 ERA, 259 batting average against. But the Orioles are 17-5 when Young starts for the Orioles. Meanwhile, for Jacob Lopez here, 5 ERA, 254 batting average against. The A's are playing well again here all of a sudden, but with Young in here, I would think this is a pretty good situation for him, and I'm going to take him here in the first 5. Give me the Orioles here, first 5 over the Athletics at -0.5 at plus $1.20. Give me the O's first 5 in this one. And both pitchers bounce back. Both offenses have been struggling, says Mr. Weskers. Last game here now, it's the Diamondbacks and Drake. Got that hotline bling. 5.4 ERA, 0-1 record here so far for Drake. 1.56 ERA, 298 batting average against, and 327 BABIP for Tidwell here. 4 starts, the Giants have lost them all, even though he's got interesting numbers, and he's really just kind of an opener here. Feels like a bullpen game for the most part for the Giants today. If you look at overall what the pitching plans would be here for a guy like Tidwell, limited starts and 8 relief appearances. Diamondbacks have been solid here, low K rate in the last week. And I don't know, the Giants might have a little bit of pitching. Drake has been bad and gives up hard contact, 10 earned runs in his last 11 and 2/3 innings here with Drake. Both these pitchers, they're combined 6-2 to the over right now. So give me the over here in this one with the Diamondbacks and the Giants tonight. And that's going to be it for the baseball. Okay. Anything from the chat here? We got a few picks anyway. Orioles run line for Ryan, but Diamondbacks for and then Diamondbacks. And hello to Stop Geo in the chat today. That's it for baseball. Next, we're going to go to the W for a light card here, or a heavy card. This is the last day of WNBA games until 2+ weeks here. We're going to Berlin, Germany for the FIBA World Cup for the ladies. So then they'll come back and play the last 5 and 6 games of the season. We'll start it off here with the Sun taking on the Fever. Yeah, well, that's happened sometimes. Here we go with the preview here. All right, 17.5, huh? Okay. Boy, that's a big number. That's a big number even here with this one. Connecticut will be severely depleted here in this game. Still, I don't know, 17 points. Let me look at the injuries here. I want to take a look. Coming up here in a 10-minute warning here. We're going to have another pick here, by the way. Guinea and Cape Verde in FIBA. And I'm going to take Guinea here -11 against Cape Verde. A little bit of a move here for sure, but take Guinea -11 against Cape Verde. This one is just about to start at the FIBA basketball qualifiers. Okay, let me continue on though here right now with our action here. Connecticut, Kennedy Burke out. Brittany Griner is out. Lacan, she's over at the other. She's already left for the tournament. Nelson Adota, questionable here as well. For Indiana, you will have Caitlin Clark, probable. Aaliyah Boston, probable. So let's see what you've got here in this one. With Connecticut, 17 points. That's a lot of points. With Boston here, that says probable. Why would they even play? These players got to go to a tournament here. Fever probably could control this game comfortably, right? And probably would only need a modest fourth quarter backdoor against Indiana's reserves. So, man, 17 and a half points. All right, let's see what you got here in this one. Indiana might be able to cover this one. I don't know. Maybe an over is the right call here. The total's 178, 177 and a half. That's actually gone way down here. 5 points. You got to give me the over. Give me the over here in this one. I'm going to take it first half. Connecticut, Indiana over first half. Come on, Indiana can easily get to 100 here. I'm going to go over 90 and a half in this one in the first half. Yeah, that's what we need to do. Indiana scored 113 last time out. Connecticut, they might have to get 75 or 80 here, but I'm going to do so. Okay, here we go. Let's see what the chat has to say. I'm sorry about that. 17 points on this last game. Okay, Muller, Ryan says Sun plus 17 and the over. All right, let's try to find a better game here. Well, whoops, so much for that. Fire in the Dream right now, 12 and a half, 180 and a half in this one. Portland's lost 3 straight. Atlanta's won 4 straight. But we know Portland's been having a great season. They just have not looked good here in the last few games. Atlanta's actually playing very well here of late, and they're covering numbers. Portland's been very good. We know that, but are they done right now, kind of? But what's the Dream motivation too? Atlanta, yes, they're going to have a lot of advantages here. Portland's, of course, eliminated. They are poor rebounding, and you're going against obviously the best rebounding team in the Dream. And the Dream, they're still battling here for the playoff positioning. It's a little bit important here for the Dream right now as they try to at least hold off Atlanta for the all-important number 4 spot. So you at least get one host series here, maybe against Indiana, maybe against Washington, though. We'll see how it shakes down. Like I said, 5 or 6 games left here. But Atlanta's the cover team right now. And they still are just 6-12, though, against the spread at home. All right, let's see here. Also, Atlanta probably can look to could the Dream get 100 here and really crush these guys? Win it maybe by more than I am going to take. I'm going to go over in the first half again in this one. Give me the over in the first half. Atlanta 12-6 to the over this season as a home favorite. They definitely go over, and as a road dog, well, Portland is a dog in general. 19-12 to the over. I'm going to take over in the first half here because I'm scared. I'm scared of these last games before this 2-week break. I'll go over 90 and a half in this one as well.
Critical notice.
In the chat, hello to Kazan Panic. He's there. Hello, Kazan Panic. Good to see him here. Good to see Kazan Panic. And had NCAA football, took Houston Christian, took Western Florida. How about West Florida in their first game? Impressive. I didn't think they would be like that. And Long Island, what can you say? I had them. They were down 42-0, covered the spread. Next up, the Tempo taking on the Aces here. Tempo getting some big points. Another situation here. Like I said, I'm not interested in laying a lot of big points here. Oh, let me get the total up there though, and it is 13.5. Like I said, a lot of these ladies might have one foot out the door. A lot of them are going to that tournament to play, but a lot of players, most of the players, will not be going to that tournament actually, and they're ready to go on a little vacation here before the last push of the season. For the Raptors, the Tempo here, clearly a big move. This one opened 15.5 all the way down to 13.5 here right now. Toronto's still 6-1 against the spread. Their last 7 overall, 6-0 against the spread against winning teams. So I don't know. I think they're going to hang in here. I got to go with Toronto in the first half here, +8. Give me Toronto first half in Las Vegas here, +8 points in this one. Toronto's gone under in 3 straight, and they're missing most of their offensive production here. But like I said, I'm just not really sure about the Aces. Asia Wilson's questionable. What if she doesn't play? She's got to go to that tournament. Do you think she might not play? Nalissa Smith is out. For Toronto here, Mabry out. Sykes, we know she's out for the season. Izzy Harrison's questionable as well. Sabali out. Condi out. Alamond out. How are they going to cover this one? Well, the market would say they are going to cover it. Down from 15.5 to 13.5, despite the fact that basically 6 players have been already ruled out. I'm going to trust the market here. I'm going to trust the market and take Toronto here +8 in the first half. Sounds to me like maybe Asia Wilson might not play in the game. All right, let's see here. There's no confirmation of that, but that's why you come here to trust me. Kazan Panic, though, says take the Dream, says they beat him by 10 last time. And Ryan says take the Tempo here. And got to wait for the lineups here. And this one says Kazan Panic. All right, next up, Panic at the Disco. Mystics and Sparks. Here with the Mystics favored by 5.5. And now this is a team finishing strong right now. You got to think the Mystics here are going to be primed for a strong game, I think, against the struggling Sparks. And they've been going downhill the whole time. Washington, meanwhile, they are playing a back-to-back. But, again, the Mystics here, they're trying. They're trying. They could get up here, maybe improve their playoff position, actually. Could you imagine that? Could Washington pass a team they could still finish they could finish 4th if they really stepped on it and got some help. So, yeah, they're going to be probably on the road, but they've been okay on the road too. And they might be okay here on the road. Washington's gone over in 4 straight, and they've been scoring on this road trip too. Look at these scores they've had. 100, 94, and even against that second game against Phoenix, they only scored 80, but they won and covered. I got to think Washington here in the first half as well. I took all first halves here in the WNBA once again because those teams, they always come back. Here over for Kazan Panic in this one, and Ryan likes the Mystics as well. I'll take them in the first half -3. Where's my, I got to put on the Guinea game. Also here coming up top of the hour, next hour, Greece and Spain in this one. And I like the over in that one. I like Greece and the over, actually. Greece here, -3.5. And over. over in this one, 161.5. Greece and Spain. That's going to be a good one. All right, we already had Nuke. I think he left us, and so he left us the Bombers here. I think he said plus 6.5. There are some sevens out there. And let me see here. Let me bring the line up here. I think it's 60. Is it? No, it's not 60. It's 50. It is 67 and 60 here in this one with the Mystic, with the Alouettes and the Bombers. Okay, Nuke gave us the 6.5 there with Winnipeg. So I'll probably go to the total here. Let's let Nuke. He's been hot, so we'll let Nuke kind of chime in there, and I'll come in here on the total in the game here. Let me break it down here for you a little bit. Got two teams, both teams covering the spread pretty serious here. Montreal, they're not winning just close games. They're blowing out soft numbers, but Alouettes have won 7 straight, covered 6 straight, including winning their last 4 by double digits behind Davis Alexander, the player of the year in the CFL, I'm sure. Philpott having a great year, 9 catches, 1,200 yards. Alexander threw for 260 last week and 2 touchdowns. They were blowing them out. They just took them out of the game. Winnipeg's always tough here at home, though, with Oliveira, with Dembski, with Bryant, with this Asatui, Eli in there as well. So I don't know. Montreal, they could. I mean, you could see Winnipeg. I think pretty much that's what the Nuke was maybe counting on. So Bombers' performance at Edmonton here, they did produce 300 yards and 16 first downs before halftime, but after that, just 19 yards in the second half in that 22-19 loss as Zach Collaros went just 3 of 7 for 29 yards in the second half. But Montreal 6-0 against the spread in their last 6, but Winnipeg 7-1 against the spread in their last 8 at home. So I think I got to go over in this one. I'm taking the over. You got Winnipeg and their offensive regulars being in there. I think that'll be fine. Montreal's been explosive. I'm going over for sure in this one. Give me the over. Winnipeg will be without Cramdy in the defensive secondary, and I think it's going to be right in the range. I'm sure it'll be here. I don't know. I think Montreal might get there. Let's help Nuke a little bit though. 34-30 here, maybe. Could be 35-31, 37-30, something right in there. I'll take the over. Nothing from the chat, it looks like, there in this one, the show. Let's go to some. I have a little bit of FCS here, maybe one more game there. Let me see. We do have this show here underneath the live tab, FCS preview show. So I just might kind of leave it to that right now.
Critical notice.
Let me see here. I got it here. Colgate. I gave out this one earlier in the week, actually, on a show. Colgate laying the points here. It's down to 8.5. I talked about on the show at 10.5. I'm going with Colgate here on the road at minus 8.5. I laid 10.5 earlier in this week, so there you go. I'll take Colgate as my morning steam play here. It's gone down to 8.5 right now. That's it. That's it for the show, I do believe. Thank you, everybody. Have a great sports betting day. Had a great time with you guys. And join me tomorrow here. Remember, we've got UFC action at 3 a.m. Eastern and midnight Pacific. We'll come on here probably at about, 10 Eastern, 7 Pacific a little bit. I'll be tired, though. No middle of the night nap. I'm watching UFC. So join the guys here for the companion stream. I don't think they're going to back out of it. Otherwise, you might see me back on the air with the show. I might have to do it myself. I hope they'll be awake. I know they will. It's going to be a great card from Shanghai. There's going to be a great crowd in there. So join them here tonight. And I'll be back right after them in the morning. Okay? That's it. All right, let's catch you again. Have a great sports betting day. For the Sports Money Network, I'm Ramon Scott. Head on over to winnable.com. Make sure you're signed up with me. Get lots of picks now. It's sports betting season. You better be signed up with me over at winnable.com. For the Sports Money Network, I'm Ramon Scott. So long.
I'm like an addict, do I gotta have it. I ain't even playing, got a really bad habit. If it moves, gotta grab it, fuse like a magnet. Lose, won't have it till I'm doomed in a casket. I ain't playing, got a weird mind. If you work 8 hours, I'ma work 9.